Welcome to Fouts Boxing Theory, showing you and Tszyu what the fuck happened. So Tszyu has a huge problem. Again, we're going to talk about this. We fight how we train when we go over his stuff, but watch him throw this one, throw this two. Now, watch how he leaves this position here. Tszyu being a karate-based, right side of the line, bladed stance fighter, okay? He's not really a guy who crosses the line and fights on the left side of the line. He fights on the right side of the line. Once he makes it to this position, he doesn't have a secure connection, right? He leaves the position and then tries to re-enter the position here to throw the left hook and winds up getting caught. This is something that he actually did quite a few times in the fight, but it's because of the fact that he doesn't actually practice fighting on the left side of the line. He doesn't have pull counters on the left side of the line. He doesn't practice slipping under there. A couple things that he did do pretty well. We fight how we train. Again, we're going to show a little leaping left hook that he practiced here, but when he does throw this shot here, he doesn't always have a way to fight off of it. Notice how badly he falls off balance here when it gets deflected by his opponent. Again, we fight how we train. We're going to take a couple of quick looks at that. But all these things are indicative of his karate style. Now, very, very early on in the fight, he jumps into the line, throws the 1-2. Again, he's in this position. Does he change positions? Does he block? Does he exit the line? What does he do when he gets here? He tries to immediately move back to his karate stance. And then, again, because he missed a beat right there, he's already given his opponent an opportunity to see, oh, he didn't really move, right? Looking for that left hook, right? Now, did Tszyu get hit here? No. But is this good defense? Come on, you guys. Come on. Let's be real. Let's be real. Okay, now, jab coming in with the 1-2. Excellent. Okay, we all know that Tszyu has a laser-like 1-2. Then again, look at him trying to get back to his stance here, giving his opponent some time, boom, and taking the first big shot in the first round. Again, looking for that little body shot right there. And again, you have to be constantly crossing the line, transitioning your weight, and changing positions. These are Fouts boxing rules. These contribute to your active guard. As soon as you stop having an active guard and you stop being able to cross the line, transition your weight, and change positions, you usually are wound up pinned in some place and your opponent's going to hit you. They may only hit you one time and then you'll find a way to escape. And we're going to talk a little bit about that when we get to a little bit more of the training. But this is something that consistently happened to Tszyu. Penduluming onto the line, making it to the front foot. Now look at his right arm. Okay, is he in a position to catch a punch, the jab? Kinda. Why is his arm so far out there though? You know, there's just so many problems in his guard, but he makes it to this position. Jab, pushes him off the line. Notice he didn't actually interact with the jab. He just kind of pulled straight back. Is he in a good boxing position? His shoulders are square. Neither one is approaching the line. Okay, and now he gets pushed to the back half. He is parrying this shot, but he didn't actually bring his left hand with him for blocking, and now winds up getting punched in the face. Okay, now, again, this is going to play a very, very pivotal role in the final outcome of the fight because of the fact that Tszyu doesn't know how to block punches with his left arm, yet he's a front foot fighter that stays on the right side of the line. Okay, all of these, like, small little problems wind up accumulating. Okay, now, because of the fact that he doesn't block punches, he's going to be, when he's hurt or when something bad happens to him, he's going to be throwing punches with his left arm instead of blocking with it because he doesn't know how to block. Now, I know, and again, we're going to talk about that when we look at the film, okay? But I know you guys don't like hearing, he doesn't know how to do that. 1, 2, throws that punch, falls back into his normal position, and then as he's exiting that position with what should have been a left hook, he's getting hit with a left hook. But he didn't have a left hook to control his opponent, so he just winds up getting smacked around. But I know you guys don't like hearing the limitations of fighters and this and that, but I'm telling you, right? You know, and if you guys are interested, on Discord, I did some film studies about this fight, and to be honest, I was just incredulous that Tszyu took this fight. I couldn't believe it. I felt crazy saying that I think John Kolke, the guy that this guy fought last time, was a better fighter than Tszyu, right? That guy has a split decision against Demetrius Andrade, okay? I know that guy got knocked out as well, but watching that guy fight, I was like, okay, there's no way that Tszyu is going to do better than this guy. There's no way, you know? And Bakhram also, another thing that I predicted, I don't think he took the John Kolke fight seriously. I think he trained poorly for that fight. Maybe it was even like a short notice, kind of like, hey, we can put this together and then get you a title shot, you know, because this guy's got some ranking, you know? And then he's like, cool, do it, short notice. But He came into this fight, Bakhram did, very, very, very ready to fight, very, very ready to throw some good hands. Okay. Anyway, moving on. But I knew that Tszyu was going to get his ass kicked. That he was. It just didn't make any sense. Again, we fight how we train. He's going to be walking around. Where's his active guard? His feet coming together doesn't matter, right? He gets to the line, boom, shoots the jab. Does he stay there after? Does he move his head? Is he ready to block a punch? Right? Boom, boom, nothing. He just eats a straight right hand. How many times has this guy fought in guys that were scared of him and refused to interact with him because he was fast, right? Boom, boom, throwing the 2. Again, doesn't know how to fight on the left side of the line, completely falls off balance, okay? And again, doesn't have any defense there. Now, he tries to move into this position, back foot, front foot, touches the lead hand. Now, he moves into this position and he breaks one of the rules, right? He doesn't transition his weight, doesn't cross the line, and doesn't change positions, right? He does here. He goes here. He goes from the right side of the line, touches his glove to the left side of the line, but he's throwing a left hook to the body. All he had to do was move his head while he did this, right? And get his head to the other side of the line, but he stayed there. Again, this punch is not free. And the crazy thing, if you watch any tape on Murtazaliev, you can see that he is very, very, very good at blocking right hands and countering with his left hook. And this guy throws a punch that's not even really a punch to set up a punch that's perfect to get attacked by this guy's best move. Tszyu's coach did such a phenomenally bad job preparing him for this fight. Just absolutely atrocious, okay? That they let this be part of the strategy. Now, we're going to talk about this again because of the fact that Tszyu is a right side of the line fighter, he can't make it to the left side without doing some silly stuff like that, right? Controlling him with that shot. Notice it wasn't a punch. Notice he's not going 2 and then immediately snapping a 3 to the body, right? He always falls off balance after the 2, always tries to transition back to his stance, right? He's not a positional-based fighter. He's a stance-based fighter. Boom, boom. Again, falling a little bit off balance. And this scene is very interesting because Tszyu is hurt right now. And he should be circling. He should be moving around. He should be moving. Notice, no active guard, right? He's not really transitioning his weight. He's not changing positions, right? He's moving straight back. He can't really escape or find a way to slow Murtazaliev down, right? Because he doesn't have an active guard. And now he has to cross the line here, and he's eating a right hand over the top. This was such an easy punch for him to land, right? And again, because Tszyu doesn't know how to circle, he doesn't really have a good active guard. He doesn't really box, right? Tszyu has fast hands. That's what Tszyu does. He has fast hands, but his ability to circle and move around, right? And then instead, he just plants himself and throws a combination. And look at him throwing that right hand. But he's hurt. Punching is not what he needs to be doing right now. He needs to be blocking and catching and slipping and ducking and rolling and finding a way to get out of danger and set something up. But everything that he does is so predictable because he has to do it from one side of the line. And then again, there's no reason he should be walking into this many punches, right? Now again, coming forward. Boom, boom, boom. Looking to get planted and going down again. Because of the fact that he's trying to get planted, because he's trying to fight with his opponents. And again, we're going to take a look at why the drills that are responsible for this, right? The drills that are responsible for teaching him how not to circle. Okay? Very, very, very important. But as we see him here, moving around, circling, again, the same thing. Trying to circle, trying to pivot, right? As he gets to this position, boom, no head movement. Tries to set a trap right here. Again, we'll take a look at a little bit of that stuff. Penduluming, coming forward. Has to punch, right? He has to punch to create space. Boom, getting hit. Again, trading because he has to plant himself as he circles. No head movement, no crossing of the line. Again, he has no control over Murtazaliev. And if you sit on the line in front of someone for too long, eventually they're going to find a way to pierce your guard. And here Murtazaliev says, okay, boom. Decent blocking here, right? He's decent, right? And is he expecting a jab? Is he expecting? But Tszyu's not moving his head at all. He's not crossing the line. His head's in the same spot, and he's just trying to guard those straight punches. And you can't block all the straight punches and all the rounded punches. It's impossible. And, Murtazaliev doing a good job of finding a hole there And again, Tszyu circling, not very good. Forced to find an opportunity to interact. He's hurt. He's hurt right now, and he's forced to be punching, right? Getting planted, bad circling there, sitting right in front of the guy, forced. Now again, take a look at that jab right there. He's in danger, and he's not jabbing and circling. He's using a stepping jab to bridge the distance between him and his opponent that's already coming to him. Because Tszyu doesn't have a leash. Tszyu doesn't know how to control space between him and his opponent as he creates distance, right? He doesn't actually understand how boxing works, how leashing works, right? He's normally the guy who's always just running forward, putting hands on his opponents, right? Stepping jab. Is that what we want right now? Again, where's the active guard? Stepping jab, circling, right? Trying to find a way to create space. And now, again, because he doesn't practice actually boxing off his jab, because he throws that jab and he doesn't move his head after. Just like what happened in the beginning of the fight when he was putting the pressure on. Now he's doing the stepping jab, not moving his head and getting cracked. Okay? Boom, boom, boom. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the training stuff. The first one we're going to take a look at, this is very fascinating to watch because this is his media footage, right? This is what his media workout was. And it makes it even more interesting because we fight exactly how we train, okay? So stepping jabs, stepping jab right there. Look at how close he is to this guy. A little bit of controlling. So remember the little leaping hook that he threw earlier in the fight, right? So some dilemmas here. Stepping jab, touching it. Is he circling? Is he moving? Is he crossing the line? Notice everything that he's doing is like an interaction with him. I want to say real quick. Rear hand probe, boom, makes it to the position. Just crosses the line and moves back. He's more concerned with touching his nose than defending his front foot position. Get knocked out, Tszyu. Now, moving around, and again, if this is his strategy, again, throws the rear hand, and does he fight out of the position? Boom, 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 right? No, he immediately just exit, right? And again, this is one of the reasons why there's that extra beat in so many of his little sequences after throwing the 2 before he gets there with the 3 to the body. Because he doesn't actually practice fighting from that position. Notice, not any head movement either, right? So a lot of times when he throws that shot, he has to even get down anyway. There you go, getting down, a little bit of a coil there. But so much of this, right? No crossing of the line, no active guard, okay? He's not practicing moving around, catching punches, right? He's not practicing crossing the line at all with his pendulum step. There's just nothing that he's doing that's the part of the fight that's not punching, right? And granted, I want to say like, this is a striking drill, or this is this, or this is but it's not, right? Now, real quick, when he moves in and he touches the glove here, right, and he goes like this, that's what he does to Bakhram right before he throws the left hook to the body. This is the way, because again, he doesn't really have a way to feint. Boom, he's going here, bah, touch the glove. That's how he shifts his weight and disguises it to the front foot. However, it was a feint, right? But the guy bit on the feint and punched him in the face, right? Blocked it, countered him, okay? And again, if you just watched any footage of him, Bakhram, you would see that that's like his best move. And like, instead of walking right into it, you could bait it, right? Throw that probe, and now he's going to counter you with the left hook. You block it and counter him. Boom, 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 right? Easy. Following with the stepping jab, little stepping hook. Now, we're going to go ahead and move to round 2. It's almost over. But see, he's going to be following him around now, right? And what does Tszyu do? Did he have any head movement there, right? No. He's just sitting directly on the line, not moving his head, right? A little bit of circling, and now no head movement. Only finds a time to change angle after he throws a combination. Boom, 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 right? And now he's going to, again, be engaging with him, right? He doesn't know, while he's boxing, how to cross the line, where he's supposed to be moving. Is this how you circle off, right? Boom, right? You roll this way. Is that a good move? And then you pivot on the front foot, and then the pivot turns into a pendulum step, turns into a, what the hell is he doing? You can just see that he has absolutely no idea what he's supposed to be doing when he's circling. Now, real quick, just in case you're wondering, I do know. I do know exactly what you're supposed to do. Now, If you're looking for the best patterns, you're looking for the best ways to train, the most brutally efficient combat system on the planet, check out the Fouts Boxing Combat System. Or if you want to learn in a group setting, you want to learn with a bunch of other people learning the Fouts Boxing Combat System, check out the Fouts Boxing Academy. There's over 60 members already, posting, learning, growing, learning how striking works, learning how combat works, learning how movement works, and all backed up with film study to teach and prove my points, to teach and prove that what I'm teaching you is correct. Okay? It has all the best patterns of movement, the best, as I'm going to start calling them, the best katas, right? Like they do in karate, these forms, these very, very, very specific and detailed instructional drills that are completely unique, these patterns of movement to practice so that you can start understanding what real fighting looks like, what real fighting feels like. Okay? And now it's not just bullshit. You're standing in front of the fucking mirror, watching yourself like, no, you need to be moving and circling. And I'm going to teach you exactly how to do it. I'm going to teach you the best, most brutally efficient way to get good at all of this stuff. Okay. Now here's the thing. If you think I'm full of shit, check it out. It's $20 to sign up. Okay. $20 to take a look at all these drills, to look at all these members' work, to look at what they're doing, to watch a couple of videos and be like, you know what? This guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. He maybe, when I hear crazy stuff like, oh, maybe this guy just stumbled on it because he's the greatest fighter. Why don't I ever get any kind of, maybe I just am the greatest combat sports coach ever with the absolute most brutal and efficient combat system on the planet that anybody and their mother can learn. Okay? And not only that, I'm also the first coach in history to be able to figure out how all of punching power works. Do you guys remember like 10 years ago when everyone was saying, oh, you got to be born with it. You got to be this? No. I can teach you. Notice how everyone knows that you got to cross the line. Everyone knows that you got to do this. You got to shift your weight. I'm the one that taught the world that shit. I'm the one that proved it. Okay? So check out the Fouts Boxing Combat System. Check out the Fouts Boxing Academy. I'm going to teach you how to throw your best punch. And then I'm going to teach you how to make it harder. I'm going to teach you how to be fast. I'm going to teach you exactly what Ryan Garcia does to throw his punch lightning quick. Okay? Now, here's the thing. This is the sad thing. This is the part that's going to screw you guys all up, is you guys think it's going to be a magic trick, but it's also going to be a lot of fucking hard work too. You got to know what the magic tricks are, and you got to be willing to put the time and the effort to do it to see the results. But they're there. Okay? Anyway, blah, 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 blah. Tszyu, you're a bum. Learn how to move around. Again, not transitioning his weight. Look at this is exactly what he was doing. And now he's going to have to find a place to get planted, jump into, stepping jab. Bro, the guy's chasing you. Stepping jab. Are you kidding me? Okay, anyway. Now, remember when he sticks his hand out like this and then he gets punched in the face with the right hand because he doesn't do anything, he doesn't move after? Okay, again, even with these stepping jabs here, so slow to peel off the line. No head movement, right? What are you doing here? Boom, boom. Rolling under the line, pivot on the front foot, bad moves, forced to re-engage. Is this how we circle and get off the line? Why is he not doing anything with his left hand? Is this good boxing, guys? Well, I want you guys to pay attention to the fact that he didn't move into very many of those positions in the fight because he's getting smacked up. Anyway, we can clearly see that all of his circling patterns are quite bad indeed. Now, rear hand, moves right back into the position, doesn't fight from the position one, doesn't defend the punch, doesn't practice blocking left hooks, doesn't roll under the shot, right? Didn't do anything defensively responsible. Same thing after the left hook. Notice, no catching, no blocking, no rolling, no defense. Finally throws a rear hand. That was a roll-ish thing, right? But he just doesn't practice this kind of stuff. There's not a lot of that, respecting the fact that your opponent is not going to be completely retarded, right? How many guys you ever fight in your life, you guys, where you just throw one right hand like that at them and you win the fight? Most of the time, they're going to see that coming. Bop, bop, smack, right? We fight how we train. How is he not getting to his position one here with a feint or a probe or a, right? Control, shift, boom, right? He's taking that step, but why is he not controlling with the rear hand when he gets there? Throws the rear hand there, just leaves. Bad circling, right? It looks like he's working hard, right? But where in a fight, after you throw a left hook like that, are you allowed to just jump off the line and start bouncing Hey, bro, chill. The ring is right here on the right. I'm just going to go this way, okay? I know I see you coming, but don't fuck with me as I put my weight on the front foot. I ain't got to block shit. Don't you know who my father is? Come on. Are you kidding me? What's he practicing here? Goofy ass shit here. Boom. And then again, look at how slow that beat is. Look at how slow he goes from his 2 here. Boom, boom. Okay, even the transition, boom. And then he pauses, and this is not even a punch. That's that same little thing that he does to get control of that space. But it didn't work. It didn't work against him because he had already shown him that move so many times. Boop, bop, left hook. Where's the block? Is his hand up, guys? Is that what that counts as? Is his hand up right now? Because I know people in the comment section are going to say, oh, this is clickbait. Bleh. His hand is up. I know. Y'all don't know shit about fighting. Y'all don't know anything about how dangerous it really is. And you think that the little tip of his thumb right here is going to protect him? Any punch would wrap around his guard and smash him. Rip. Tszyu. So sorry, man. But again, boom, 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 boom. Shifting out, touching his face. Right? Is he practicing fighting off of his 2? And again, if you practice not fighting off your 2, you're not gonna fight off your 2. Again, very high contact, very this, and that. Now watch this. Look at what he does here. Look at him touch his nose here. Why? Well, that's one of those things that people do when they're like, oh, mate, fucking made a mistake. I probably would have punched in the face right there. So they take a mental note and they go, that's my little break right here. Let me think. That's what I did wrong. How do I fix that, mate? You join the Fouts Boxing Academy. Goes the rear hand, exits the line, controls with the lead hand. You see him touch the bag after that? Boom! And he's like, stay there, mate. Don't throw the right hand over the top, mate. There's that little left hook. And again, can he fight off of it? Boom. Look at him get planted for it. Look at him get down, spring. Is he getting coiled? It's a bad coil. Jumping out of it, right? But that's like such a similar thing that he's always trying to do when he's trying to throw that left hook to the body. Get coiled with that very obvious. But he has no defense attached to it. He has no way to hide his coil or bait it. Falling out of his position again. And again, just ugly. Boom, boom, touching, right? Is he a good structure, right? And look at his front foot. He doesn't have either one of his feet planted, right? Just terrible. Terrible structure, terrible technique. And the video, thank you, JM Boxing MMA, says he has flawless technique. Flawless. It's crazy, man. It's just crazy. And we take a look at this. This video is kind of old. Like, I think this was for the Thurman fight when it was still for Thurman. Same thing with that heavy bag video, but that was like in March, I think, of this year. Now, when he throws those rear hands right there, is he defending them? Is he just leaving the position? Boxing doesn't end just because you threw a right hand at somebody. The sequence isn't over, right? And here he is trying to escape that position without defending it, without blocking, without interacting with the possible left hook. Look at him move to this position and then just cross the line. Again, this is a Fouts Boxing Academy rule. This is one of the rules that you're not allowed to cross the line like this, especially like mid-sequence, okay, for free, okay? Especially not throwing a punch. Like, why couldn't he be throwing a punch like Bivol, right? He jumps on the line, boom, boom, and then Bivol at least jumps off the line and jumps completely out, right? Boom, boom. And he jumps completely out and then throws a left hook as well. Is this good boxing? Look at him following him around, right? Is he crossing the line, transitioning his weight, changing positions? No, he's just following him to the next position, right? And like, I guess as a pad holder, right? This is cool. Yeah, man, this is fun to like have a guy who's just holding mitts for you, like just doing random bullshit, I'll say. But like at some point, you got to put it all together. And he wasn't putting it all together on the little circular ball that was like literally right before his fight, right? We saw him moving. We saw him not crossing the line, not keeping his guard up. right? Not being forced to block while he's being forced to circle. And we can just see that there are so many patterns in his circling that are just flawed. Here's that same move, making it to the front foot position. Boom, make it there. Boom, body shot. Did he defend that position? Is he blocking? Look at it, his hands are down. Why? Why are your hands like this? Why are you not practicing moving around with your hands up, right? Now, it's crazy too, I want to just point it out. I'm going to turn on my camera real quick. What's up, guys? But I know it's crazy to think I'm going to move around while I'm shadow boxing with my hands glued to my, and I got to figure out how to do all this. Yes. It's not always fucking fun. It's not always just, I'm just going to hit the bag as hard as I can. I'm just going to make sure I'm always in position to get most of my power. That's not fighting. You have to be able to move around with your guard without having to sacrifice your defense to find punches. It's the cost of business. You don't just get to and expect to, you're going to freak out and get knocked out like Tszyu. Anyway, Tszyu, man. The thing is, he's a pretty good athlete, right? If he joined the Fouts Boxing Academy, in 6 months of practicing correct footwork, correct patterns, correct drills, he could be a world-class fighter again. But the thing is, Tszyu, you're fighting guys who are bigger than you. You're fighting guys who are bigger than you that have advantages over you, and you're not Roberto Duran. You're not a guy that can catch and block punches and weave through the line. You're not a guy that can do these things. Okay? You're a guy that comes and gets to the line and lets his fast hands go and hopes that it's enough. You're a decent puncher, right? You're a good enough puncher and you're fast enough that people don't really realize that you're probably getting almost all of your power in every punch already and that you probably can't hit them very much harder. But you're so fast that it's so threatening that a guy like Tony Harrison's going to do his best not to go out against you. Just because you're fast. But fighting a real striker, and like Murtazaliev, decent striker. Decent. Pretty fast hands. We saw, obviously he has holes too. He can't block punches either, right? He's not a very good, he did block a couple. But on average, if it's not a trap for him, if he's not just putting his high guard up and baiting you in, he's not just fluidly walking into a block when you catch him by surprise. He's getting smacked. And again, that comes down to poor fundamentals. Anyway, if you guys are still curious about the Fouts Boxing Academy, check out the reviews. Okay? Pretty good reviews. Actually, they're all 5-star, excellent reviews, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I'm the greatest striking coach of all time. Come check out what I say you should be training.